Hello and welcome to the Performing Arts Taster presentation. This is designed to give you the information that you need in order to make a considered choice as to whether this is the course for you. Hopefully I will answer questions that you may have, but if there are any questions at the end of the presentation, please do contact the college through the website or through course advice. We deliver the BTEC Level 2 Diploma in Performing and Production Arts Industry Skills, which is a one-year course, the BTEC Level 3 National Foundation Diploma in Performing Arts Practice, which is also a one-year course, and the BTEC Level 3 National Extended Diploma in Performing Arts Practice, which is a two-year course. Alongside this, students also get a good personal tutorial program. They have the opportunity of gaining experience in work placements. Previous placements have been involving the GB Pro Tennis Tournament and opportunities at Theatre 7. We have guest workshops from current professionals, former alumni, students who've gone on from us to drama schools and are now working in the industry, come back and they obviously talk to current students and give them help and advice and take them through professional workshops. And we do have members of Equity coming to talk to students when possible about the role equity plays in the performing arts industry. We do have major performances at Theatre 7, and where possible we also do a 2-week pantomime run where we develop a pantomime and we take it to local schools, and we also do evening performances, obviously dependent on availability and timing. All students who do not have English or maths at grade 4 obviously have to retake and resit those qualifications alongside whichever main qualification they take. And for all students, study support sessions and workshop sessions in which they can take work from other classes and receive help are available. The BTEC Level 2 Diploma in Performing and Production Arts Industry Skills is a one-year course, and the entry requirements are 2 GCSE Grade 3s or equivalent Level 1 qualification. Most, if not all, students who study this particular qualification also take English or maths at either GCSE or functional skills. There are 7 units over the 1 year, and these units are designed in order to give students the best opportunity to develop the practical skills in the disciplines of singing, dancing and acting, along with the awareness of developing audition practice, developing a creative portfolio, finding skills of how to create and interpret a role, how to perform particular works by different practitioners, and then build together in order to draw those strands into their own performance. So after Christmas this year, the students will begin working on their own performance, which draws together all of the things that they've been doing so far, which forms the main part of their assessment for that particular unit. So you've got Unit 5 there, preparing for a performing arts production, which obviously is the organisation, the development and the rehearsal and the research, and Unit 6, which is the actual performance, which hopefully will be in front of an audience, either in the flesh if possible, or perhaps over a live stream, or maybe even to be recorded for perhaps a DVD or a live stream. Once those 6 units are complete, the last part of the year, Unit 7, responding to a progression opportunity, is a kind of a shorter unit, but which is designed very much for students to get ready all of the information, maybe personal statements, to plan and prepare in order to make the next step, which for many of the Level 2 students will be onto our Level 3 programs, but it may be to audition or to prepare materials for interview, maybe to move on to another course at college or maybe elsewhere. If a student has an opportunity to move into work and that's what they want to do, that unit could also be used as a way to help them prepare for that as well. At the start of this academic year, we began teaching the new BTEC Performing Arts Practice qualifications. We feel that that gives students greater opportunity to build the skills and the theoretical knowledge that they need in a creative and supportive environment. So all students will gain experience and develop their skills in singing and dancing and acting, but because of the way that the new qualification is laid out, which I will explain in a bit more detail over the coming slides, not every student has to be assessed in every discipline. So where you have students who maybe perhaps favour one much more than another, they're still required to attend lessons and develop skills in all areas, but they can choose to be assessed in an area of strength. And the assessments can take into consideration that. So students can, as I say, choose assessment to be tailored to a particular discipline, and all students' work is internally assessed by the staff team. And a sample of student work will be assessed by BTEC to ensure validity and to ensure that the work reaches the benchmarks set nationally. This slide shows the units involved in the BTEC Level 3 National Extended Diploma in Performing Arts Practice, which is the 2-year course. If you look where it says Foundation Diploma and underneath you've got FD, FD, FD and FD, those are the 2 modules and the related assessment units which you need for the 1-year course, because essentially the Foundation Diploma is the first year of the 2-year extended diploma. Now some students may wish to do 1 year and then leave. Most students choose to do the 2 years, where you can see the ED, so that's for the extended diploma. So I'm not going to go through all of the units now, but this is just to give you the impression of the sorts of things you do. So in the first year, as you can see, the first thing written there is performing arts skills development. So the idea of throughout the year building the skills in the different disciplines that you need in order to function as a performer moving forward, to get the understanding of the theories and practice. And you may look at work of particular practitioners, and you will certainly get lots and lots of practical skills development sessions and workshops with tutors who are subject specialists who will help you to develop the skills, as I say, that you will need to move on into year 2 and hopefully onto university or drama school or into the career that you want to go into. So exploring performance styles. You would explore performance styles in acting, in musical theatre singing and in dance. Creating performance material is something that you do all the time. Okay, so you will do monologues, you will do improvisation work, you will do devised work, you will do self-choreographed work, you will perform routines from other people. And so it really is, the onus really is on performance and the development of performance skills. I mean, that's why most students who come to study with us choose a vocational route, because they want the daily performance practice and the continual development of the skills that they know that they will require further down the line. So the A2, creating performance material. A3, performing for an audience. Now that audience is sometimes, where possible, the general public. It could be family and friends, again, if possible. But lots, even in normal classroom settings, so in our studios, hopefully in our video you've seen the dance studio and you've seen the theatre. So lots of lessons take place in those studio spaces, and students very quickly get used to performing in front of staff and performing in front of each other. And as you can see, the other foundation diploma, so first year unit, is the idea of the performing arts industry. And that really pulls everything together and makes students, or makes you look at yourself and your career and where you might find work. One of the very first things we get students to do is a skills audit, so they can see what they can do already and actually target areas for improvement. Now that might be in specific skills, it might be in personal qualities, it might be timekeeping, it might be certainly lots of students come to us and look to develop what they consider to be issues with confidence, or the idea of how do I actually build my confidence. And we spend quite a lot of time talking about that and actually taking practical steps to develop the idea of confidence as a performer. And you know, most of that isn't confidence, most of that is just trusting the process and being aware that if you repeat something and if you practice it and if you rehearse it, you will start to have more confidence in your ability to do something because you've done it a number of times and it's been successful. The idea of seeing yourself as part of a process. So if it's not perfect now, that's fine. Keep going, and keep making minor improvements. And you do that through repetition, you do that through lots of performances in front of each other. As you go into year 2, obviously it then develops on further. There's a more sort of personal slant towards it. Well, it's still personal, as in it's still about you, but you start now taking more control over where you're going with these. So you've got producing a personal project, using material for self-promotion and networking. So it really is the idea not just of learning a subject that you might like, it's about learning a subject that might get you work, or learning a subject that will actually aid in your progression to university, to drama school, or into the industry or the workplace that you want to be. Okay, and again, so if you look at H there, collaborative performance. So at the end of year 2, it all pulls together in a big performance, which you have at least partial ownership of. You will be required to show all of the skills you've got. Obviously, you'll be working with tutors, but it will be very much down to you to deliver. And how you work with other people. So how you work with tutors as director or choreographer, or how, if you take those roles yourselves, how you work with other students and other performers. So the idea is by the end of the second year, you really will get to the point where you can pretty much do it yourself. Okay, and that again is evidenced by the producing a collaborative project. So we did move last year, start of this year, onto this qualification because we genuinely feel it gives a fantastic opportunity for students and staff to teach in a way that we think really benefits the students and will help them to progress onto uni, drama schools, or into the workplace. Whether you are on the level 2 or the level 3 qualification, your work will be assessed in a very similar way. Your tutor will give you an assignment brief which clearly explains what you will be assessed on and the sort of work you have to do, whether it's practical, theory, or a mixture, whether it is a performance project or whether it is a portfolio. And it will say what you have to do in order to get particular grades. So there are a number of learning outcomes attached to particular units and particular assignment briefs. And for each of these learning outcomes, you can get one of the following awards. If your work gets a referral, that means it's not yet met the outcomes of the assignment or it's incomplete. If you get a pass, it means the work has met the minimum requirement. A merit, that the work has shown application and good grasp of the subject and the distinction. The quality of the work is very high and demonstrates a high level of analysis and evaluation. Or if it's a performance, you are absolutely embodying the particular technique or skill that you've been asked to demonstrate. To achieve a grade for a particular module, all of the outcomes in each unit must achieve at least a pass grade. The unit grade will be awarded at the end of the project or the assessment period. There is an opportunity to resubmit, but that will be dependent on the reason why you failed to actually achieve in the first instance. And in some instances, a new assignment will be set, or you will have a particular amount of time to resubmit the work, although that depends on what the assignment brief is. Trips and visits play an important part on the course. Obviously at the moment they're not possible, but as soon as we can, we will certainly like to get back to running trips, because we feel it's really important for students to go out and actually see professionals on a professional stage or in a professional environment actually do the skills that they're learning here, to see job opportunities and to see how they could even themselves do a job like that in the industry. So be that singing, dancing, acting, performer, or indeed any other job opportunity that theatre or the performing arts industry has to offer. One of the key trips that we do each year where possible is that we take students to have a 3-day visit to London's West End. We go to see 3 shows and we make sure that's a mix of musical theatre, traditional theatre, and if the weather's good, they can all go to Shakespeare's Globe Theatre as well. So you get a full rounding of the type of performance opportunities there are. If possible, we also go to visit drama schools and students are encouraged to ask questions and to actually, rather than see it as a fun day or even a few fun days out, to actually see it as part of their development. And particularly the visits around London, when lots of students are applying for drama school, many of them require feeling comfortable on the tube, not being put off when you're walking around areas of London, which for some students, if they've never been there before, can be quite, testing times. It's the idea of just saying it's possible, but it's a job and it takes work and it takes planning. So trips in that respect are really important. We do try to visit local theatre as well. We've got a good relationship with Theatre 7, obviously. We do perform there. And when there is a performance which we feel the students should see, we take the students to see it, and we also encourage students to attend as much as they can. I mean, it's great to have a local theatre close at hand, and if you want to work in the industry, you should really see how local theatre works. This is just another slide with a few more examples of trips that we've been on and also talks and connections we've had. So in the past few years, we've had friends in the cast of Miss Saigon, so we took students to see the show and then talked to our friends in the cast. And obviously that was about, where did they train? How did they get on? How did they get where they are? And this allows students to, as I said previously, to see these not as some sort of dream, but as a job that can be worked towards and that they themselves could do if they work hard, if they gain the skills, and if they have the commitment and the conviction in their ability and in their desire to actually achieve these things, that you can work towards these things. These aren't dream jobs, these are jobs, and they have to be worked at, but they are possible. Cabaret was a show at Theatre 7. We've got students who've attended MAMT, and we have an ex-student who is actually a leading tutor there, and that tutor has come to us and delivered workshops for our students. Obviously the UCAS event, we have students going to there, and we are developing a connection with Pentabus Theatre Company. So where possible, when restrictions are lowered, we hope to be able to develop some work, certainly some Pentabus, to do some outreach here with us. So again, that's another example of working professionally in the industry. Is not just West End, it can be rural theatre, regional theatre, theatre and education. So there are jobs available, and there are work available. Lots of work students actually have to create themselves. So that idea of reliance on your own abilities and skills, and actually looking for a job opportunity, not just waiting for a particular job or a particular role, actually make your own and write your own, create your own stuff. That's quite important as well, we think. A big part of the course, as I've said throughout this presentation, is performance. And so it's really important that our students, you if you decide to join us, get the opportunity to perform. Now we do lots of performance in-house, so in our studio theatre, which, as I said, I hope you've seen previously in one of the videos, or you will soon see in the video if you've not seen it yet. But we also perform at Theatre 7. So there's just like a picture there of, I think that's us doing the ending, a number from Les Mis in, we did a night of the musicals where we did sort of, theatre greatest hits kind of thing. We do full musicals as well, so there's a poster there from when we did 9 to 5. And the picture you can see at the bottom there is from Aladdin. And again, when we can, as I said previously, students get the opportunity to do a 2-week run of pantomime. Now that can be very challenging because sometimes we do 3 show days. Certainly we do 2 show days. So students, rather than doing 1 or 2 shows over a week, might find themselves doing 8 shows a week, which is much more like industry standard, particularly around pantomime. Around the Christmas time. So as soon as we can get back to that, we can get into schools and students get a real experience of the grind sometimes that being in performing arts is. The idea of do it again, smile, do it again, smile, really pushing yourselves. Now, even though there are obviously COVID restrictions this year, we will be performing. We won't be in Theatre 7 this year, but we are performing in our main space in the theatre, but we're also going into a larger space in the college. And again, we're not sure what we're going to be able to do with audience yet, but we are doing shows. The show itself will be done to a high standard, as we always do, and whether we have to live stream that or, as I say, make a DVD or whatever. Performance is key. You are building and developing skills to perform, and so performing is really, really important. So that really does take a key component of what this course is all about and what you can experience if you join us. Finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about progression, because obviously that's really important. Now, most students, when they come on the level 2 program, move along to the level 3. But once you do the level 3 2 years, which remember is an A-level equivalent, so by the time you've finished your level 3 BTEC, you will come out with grades which equate to having 3 A-levels. So that will get you into university, and hopefully the skills will mean that you are able to audition for drama school with an opportunity of getting in. It is important to say, however, that we will from next year have the first year of a university degree here at Shrewsbury College. And that's the BTEC Higher National Certificate in Performance. And so from next September, you will be able to do the first year, as I say, of a degree here. So the BTEC Higher National Certificate is a 1-year university level course which you can live at home and study here. And for some people that's really important. For people who aren't maybe ready to go away yet, for people who don't want to move away because they've got job commitments, family commitments, but they do want to get a higher level qualification, it's a really good opportunity. It is a great foundation for university or drama school, because not only do you get the academic input which allows you to get that first year of a degree program, but also you get training, usually in slightly smaller groups, and you get support to be able to develop the skills which might actually get you, if you didn't feel ready for a drama school audition previously, it may get you to that point in just 1 more year's development. The course itself has 8 units developing performance skills, higher level subject knowledge, self-development and professionalism. And there's a mixture of core, specialist and option units which total 120 credits. And like all university courses, you need to apply through UCAS. But if you want any more information about that, please, again, go on the college website or ask course advice. I won't say too much about this slide. These are just examples of some of the places that over the last 4 to 5 years our students have, after completing either the HE or the level 3 program, have gone on. So we have students at RADA, Lambda, Backstage Academy, London Studios. We've got 2 or 3 at Hammond at the moment. And also we've got students at Rose Bruford and somebody who's just started at Bristol Old Vic Theatre School as well. So this is, again, it's just to say, if you are keen on this, if this is something you really want to do, the routes are there. It's not about us, it's about you. It's about how much effort you put in. But if you put in effort and you put in the commitment and you work hard and you have the drive and the determination and the tenacity, we will back you up on that. So as much effort as you put into you, we will put as much effort in to help you. And it is possible. So, to summarise, the vocational performing arts courses are a great way to develop the knowledge and practical skills required for entry into university, drama school or employment. The vocational level 3 extended diploma is equivalent to 3 A-levels and is seen as such by universities. We also deliver the higher national certificate, which is equivalent to the first year of a university degree. When you're with us, you will develop vital interpersonal and communication skills which can help you to achieve in other subject and employment areas. Each year we have students who gain places at recognised drama schools and universities. If you have any further questions or you wish to apply to one of our courses, please visit the college website or contact course advice. Thank you.